Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith K. Lava. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and K. Lava bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith K. Lava La Cava. What's going on, Donkey Brote?
Nothing much. Talabroa Hufanga.
Oh my lords, that's crazy. Anyways, let's jump right into the wicked Pissah news. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yes, sir, Frankie. We don't got any notable NBA news that happened this past week, but I'm going to have you get right into the Red Sox update.
We got to give them applause, right? I mean,
that's right.
They've been killing it. Let's be real. 60 and 51 overall now. Yep. You got to love that. They're 25 and 29 at Fenway, which you don't like that. You want to see them killing it at home. But on the road, they're 35 and 22, 13 games over 500 on the road is awesome, dude. So let's get right into it. A 4-3 loss to the A's last week. That was just a rough game, unfortunately. It was just couldn't get the comeback. We tried to get interest in there. We were down 3 late in the game, but we ended up cutting it to 1, but couldn't come back there. But then 4-2 win versus the A's. Went into extra innings. Again, we scored 2 in the 10th there. 2-run homer from Montecero. Just killing it, dude. He was on base 4 times in this game. They're just all playing so good. It's nuts at this point, right? 5-4 win against the A's. Again, down 1 going into the 8th. Scored 2, take the lead, never look back. Then you look at the Dodgers series. You're thinking, man, you got to go to L.A., play in L.A., 2-time defending World Series champions.
Yeah,
they kill them 9-4. They were down 4-3 going in the 7th. They scored 5 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th. Huge win right there.
Seidan Rafaela with that 2-run homer to take a 5-4 lead.
Nuts,
then the Sox went off from there.
Yeah, they were going nuts. Red Sox again next night against Dodgers. 3-2 win. That was a great game. A good, solid win.
Rafaela with another home run in that one.
He's been killing it, dude. He had like 3 in the last couple games, even 4. I don't even know. It's been nuts. And then the last game of that Dodgers series, dude, 8-4 win. You gotta love that. But a lot going on here, dude. First game this season where we hit 4 home runs.
Yeah.
And then we had 3 in the 3rd inning.
In the 3rd inning, 2 back-to-back, and then Yoshida right after Contreras.
Unreal, dude. Everyone's just playing their pot right now. It's been nuts. I mean, again, 14-1 in the last 15 games on the road.
That's right.
It's just unheard of, dude. But why don't we jump over to some Red Sox trades? They were like heavy players in the trade deadline this year, right?
Man.
So
a lot of trades happened. Obviously, the trade deadline. The Sox have made 3 moves of their own. We're going to break them down real quick. Red Sox acquired 3-time All-Star catcher Adley Rutschman from the Orioles for 3 top 5 prospects, including right-handed pitcher prospect Anthony Ayenson, and they traded catcher Carlos Narvaez.
Yep.
Red Sox also acquired speedy outfielder Eli White from the Braves for right-handed pitcher Tyler Uberstein, if I said that correctly. And lastly, they acquired left-handed pitcher reliever Eric Miller from the Giants for a 2021 number 4 overall pick, Marcelo Mayer.
Yeah, it was tough to see him go. I mean, because you have high hopes for him, but it just hasn't panned out so far. But he's such a high pick for us, and you don't like to see that. But I thought the Rutschman trade was unbelievable.
Oh, I love that right there. 3-time All-Star,
dude.
Yep.
Like, this kid has all the potential in the world. And you take them from the Orioles. I know we gave up prospects, but you can't hang your hat on prospects. They're unproven. You never know. Absolutely. I mean, so far my year's been a bust, right? Like he was a really high prospect for us, but again, we had one of the worst catching OPS in the league. So like 25th or 26th in the league, and catchers being on base. So it's like
that move had to be made.
Yeah, it's great. This kid's an unbelievable talent. So
love that.
Yeah, that's huge.
But Frankie, like I said, there was a lot of trades that happened throughout the MLB at the trade deadline. We're not going to break them all down, but there was one major one
dude.
where kind of out of nowhere, and I couldn't believe that these guys made a move for him. How can they afford him?
Yeah, so everyone's talking about this. It's crazy.
Let's break it down. So the Dodgers acquired 2-time Cy Young winner Tarik Skubal from the Tigers for outfielders Zahir Hope and right-handed pitchers River Ryan and Brady Smith. And like I said, unbelievable for LA coming off back-to-back World Series championships, getting a player of his caliber.
Cy Young. I mean, come on. This kid is unreal. Skubal's unreal. This is an insane trade. A lot of people are just mad at this point. They're like, the Dodgers are going to win again. We already had the Dodgers as our favorite.
That's what I mean.
Never mind getting 2-time Cy Young Award winning like this.
They panicked in the Red Sox series. Like, we got to get some pitching.
This kid's unreal too. So it's like that's just crazy to me.
Yeah,
there's a lot of talk about like there's got to be a salary cap. There's got to be some sort of because these guys are just loaded up top to bottom, dude.
They got like $1 billion in player salaries.
It is unbelievable to look at. Like the Dodgers. Again, there's some people that argue like, well, the second highest, team, salaried out team is the Mets, and the Mets are terrible.
Yeah,
they didn't make the playoffs last year. They're playing terrible this year, so it's not always about that. But it just it does seem a little unfair,
dude.
This team is a literally walking all-star team,
and they've been on a slump lately. The Dodgers, so they're like they need some pitching help. Let's go get the 2-time Cy Young winner.
This kid is unreal, dude. I can't even. The Dodgers are just stacked.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Nuts.
Yes, sir. But Frankie, we got a bit of NFL news we got to bring up, brother.
We do.
And actually, we're going to start with somebody who was a former player of ours, man, retiring at a young age.
Young.
That whole draft class minus Drake May sucked.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Drake May had, made up the difference there, but everybody else has been terrible.
So Saints wide receiver, also, like I said, former Patriots 2024 second-round pick, Jalen Polk has retired from the NFL at 24 years old. He only played one NFL season for the Pats in 2024, where he had 12 catches for 87 yards and two touchdowns.
TDs out of the 12 catches, though.
In 15 games. He was then traded to the Saints last offseason, but placed on season-ending IR with the shoulder injury. And very surprising retirement, like I said. That whole crazy. Pats 2024 draft class, and I'm going to say it again, minus Drake May, was a complete show, bro.
It's been bad.
The guy, he was, probably going to be on a practice squad, maybe getting cut from the Saints, considering all the wide receivers they got over there, especially drafting Jordan Tyson in the first round.
In college. I mean, you got to obviously get out there and do some stuff. You got to get in there and get it done. But I don't know. I kind of had high hopes for him, honestly.
I did too, man.
I really did. I thought he could be something.
Calling it a career, 24 years old, bro.
Good for him, I guess.
And then, Frankie, with it being training camp, obviously the guys are out there practicing hard in the heat and everything. We got a lot of notable injuries I got to bring up real quick.
A ton of injuries.
Some guys are going to be out for the season.
Yeah.
So, Chiefs rookie wide receiver Cyrus Allen was carted off the field this past Saturday with what was revealed to be a shin bruise. The 5th-round pick has been having a strong start to camp, and luckily nothing was broken, so the Chiefs, they dodge a bullet there. Bills safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson suffered a low calf strain this past Saturday. Looked worse than what it was. He had to be helped off the field, but avoided serious injury. And it's undetermined how long he will miss. Saints starting defensive tackle Brian Breesy suffered a torn ACL this past Wednesday, ending his season. Now the Saints got to look to replace him.
Yep.
49ers running back Jordan James suffered a rib fracture. It's to be determined how much time he'll miss. And like I said, Frank, or actually like we said, keep an eye on rookie Kalen Black.
Yeah.
Bengals starting defensive end Shamar Stewart suffered a hyperextended knee this past Wednesday. It looked way worse than what it was, but the hyperextended knee is best case scenario, and again, to be determined how long he'll be out. 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall is expected to undergo season-ending surgery on his PCL that has been an issue since last season. He's expected to make a full recovery. Only 9 games played last season, so the 49ers hope to get him back to full strength for the 2027 season. And Frankie, Bears newly signed safety Kobe Bryant. Kobe suffered a hyperextended knee, a bone bruise, and a small fracture. No surgery is needed, but he will be out 8 to 10 weeks. He just signed a 3-year, $40 million deal with Chicago this past offseason. And Falcons' first-round pick last year, Jalen Walker. It's believed that he tore his ACL, and it's looking like he might miss his second season.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir. And then, Frankie, I'm going to bring up some of the extensions we had from this past week.
We had some big ones, actually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the Browns signed 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward to a 2-year, $62.2 million extension with $52.3 million guaranteed, making him the highest-paid defensive back in NFL history for the second time in his career, Frankie.
Wow.
But the Browns didn't stop locking down members of their secondary there. They also signed safety Grant Delpit to a 3-year, $48 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Saints signed wide receiver Chris Olave to a 4-year, $132 million extension. Absolutely. With $90 million guaranteed. And with all this trade speculation, Olave gets locked in with New Orleans for the foreseeable future.
They got a good, him and Jordan Tyson, that's a good one too, right?
It is. Absolutely.
They're going to be pretty special this year, I think.
Falcons signed 2-time Pro Bowl running back Bijan Robinson to a 3-year, $75 million extension with $51 million guaranteed and $37 million at signing.
Nasty, dude. He's so good.
Ravens signed 2-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Zay Flowers to a 4-year,
big deal,
$140 million extension with $108 million guaranteed. That's Boston College, baby.
That's crazy, man. He's a good player. He's a good player.
They had to lock him down.
You don't have the numbers as like some of these other guys, but He gets it done out there when
he's vital on that team for sure.
Yeah, Lamar loves him.
We got some notable moves from this past week, man. We got a few reunions too. So with the 49ers dealing with the Ricky Pearsall injury, and actually Christian Kirk is dealing with an injury.
Yeah, I saw that
too. The 49ers have brought back wide receiver Deebo Samuel on a 1-year, $7 million deal. You know, after spending his first 6 years in San Fran, he was traded to the Commanders last offseason. And in 16 games last year, he had 72 catches for 727 yards and 6 total TDs. So Deebo's back in the Bay.
He knows the playbook. He knows what he's doing. He's a good player, dude. You know what I mean? When he stays healthy, he's very versatile out there.
And then, Frankie, we got another reunion here. The Texans signed defensive end Jadeveon Clowney to a 1-year deal. He returns to the team that drafted him number 1 overall in the 2014 draft and spent 5 seasons there. He had 8.5 sacks last season with Dallas, and he gets added to an already nasty defensive line, bro.
Defense is stacked.
Unbelievable.
Stacked.
And the Lions signed linebacker Devin White to a 1-year deal. The one-time Super Bowl champ with the Bucs spent last season with the Raiders, man. He actually had 178 total tackles.
Nasty. I don't know why people don't sign him no more.
Speedy too, man, for a linebacker,
he was
bro.
An animal when he was on the Bucs. He was great last year.
Absolutely, man. They got a good pickup there.
I know. I like Devin White a lot.
And Frankie, last week, we talked about the whole Tony Romo thing, getting arrested for the OWI. Didn't sound like he was in too much trouble, but I guess we were wrong, bro. So according to reports, CBS has put Tony Romo on leave and out of his analyst role until further notice. Now, the body cam surfaced this past week, and aside from all the jokes and memes, CBS felt it was necessary to put the former quarterback on leave. And Frankie, actually, I heard they have a replacement in mind. I think they call that guy Roni Tomo.
Yeah, that looks like him. That looks like Roni.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with Tony Romo over there, Frankie.
Tough. Smarten up.
But Frankie, before we get out of Wicked Pissah News, we like to always dog on Will Levis, and I actually have a clip from him this past week.
This week.
I know I've put the tape out there already that I'm a dang good quarterback in this league, and I'm even better than I ever have been. So I know I'm, I think there are not 32 quarterbacks in this league better than me. I know that for sure.
Bro, you got to love that. Kawhi Leonard even thought that was funny.
That's just wild. I mean, listen, he had a couple games where he showed some potential, honestly.
Then he had a lot of games
where he's doing like bonehead play of the week type stuff. You know
that's what I'm saying. And he said there's not 32 quarterbacks better than him. No, there's 64 quarterbacks better than him.
Yeah, the third string. You're forgetting about the third string too. We got to keep adding that up.
That's right, Frankie.
We're at 96.
That's what I'm talking about. But all right, Frankie, good stuff, brother.
Love it. Another great Wicked Pissah News. We're jumping right to the lava round with some more over-under futures predictions for this season coming up. We're going to start right with quarterback passing yards again. Brock Purdy, 3,775 over-under yards this season. I mean, what are you going with here, Keith?
Yeah, Frankie, I'm going to be taking the over here.
You got it, right? This seems pretty easy.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Now, Purdy fell well short of this mark this past season due to him playing in only 9 games, dealing with repeated turf toe injury. Yeah. Now, the previous 2 seasons before last season, he threw for 3,864 in 2024 and 4,280 in 2023. So, if he plays in at least 15 games, I could see him clear this mark easily, like you just said.
This is easy.
And the only thing that concerns me, though, Frankie, is the health of his playmakers. Pearsall's already out for the season. Christian Kirk and rookie wide receiver Dazon Stribling are dealing with injuries. His star tight end George Kittle is battling back from a torn Achilles, and newly signed Mike Evans, who should be great for this offense, has even dealt with injuries and is up there in age. But with all those guys, and of course CMC in the backfield, and a top
1,000 of them right there.
That's what I'm saying. In a top 10 easy schedule, and in a pass aggressive Kyle Shanahan run offense, like I said, Purdy easily has the potential to clear this mark.
This seems like an easy one to me too. Again, all these, it depends on health, right? You can't get injured. Right. But if he stays healthy, this is easy money, I feel like. This seems too low. Mike Evans, animal. He had, 11 straight seasons with 1,000 yards one year. Those over the years. He only missed that once, right?
Last year.
It was his first time when he got injured.
That's what I'm saying.
So he had 11 straight years of 1,000 yards. I mean, Debo, you just said it, 700-something yards last year. So he's back in the mix. CMC seems to be fully healthy right now, knock on wood. I mean, Christian Kirk, even as a third, that's a pretty good third receiver. He should come back healthy. When Kittle comes back, maybe he misses a few games early in the season, but he's a top 5 tight end.
They got weapons.
Their weapons are crazy. And again, pass-heavy offense like that I feel like he's going to go off again.
Absolutely.
So, let's move over to QB passing touchdowns. Caleb Williams, 24.5 passing touchdowns. Over, under here. I'm going to jump on this one first here. Ben Johnson, the way he runs his offense, this is easily an over for me. This is crazy, right? So, he almost had 4,000 yards passing last year.
Right.
He had 27 touchdowns last year. Top 6 fantasy quarterback last year. Again, Ben Johnson, when Jared Goff, everyone wrote him off as a straight up bum.
And look
right?
what happened.
This is the number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, we're talking about here. Goff went crazy. He was like second in the league, first in the league in touchdown. Like he's way up there in touchdown under his offense, Ben Johnson. So I know they have a very tough schedule. That's why his number seems low to me. And they lost DJ Moore. But Burden and Odunze, Loveland, I mean, they have a great passing attack there, in my opinion. So I'm easily taking the over here. I think he might get 30 this year. I mean, that's what I'm going to.
I agree, Frankie. And all we've seen is progression from Caleb Williams his first 2 years in the league. I mean, obviously his rookie year, he didn't make the playoffs. And then last year, leading Chicago to the divisional round, and they lost in overtime to the Rams. He threw 20 touchdowns his rookie year, and then he threw 27, like you said, this past season. Even going from 3,541 pass yards to almost 4,000, like you said. Yeah. His development and growth are very apparent. And in his second year with head coach Ben Johnson, I only see the numbers going up.
This is going to be his third year. That's usually when they take that next step in the third year in the NFL. So, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer.
And they lost DJ Moore, but he still got weapons over there. Yeah. I think Luther Burden's going to be taking that jump. I think Roma Dunze, him and Caleb Williams do have a good chemistry. Colston Loveland's a dog.
Nuts.
Cole Kmet's that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And you got a complimentary receiving back in DeAndre Swift.
Catches a lot of balls, too.
So I'm saying easy over, bro.
I like the over on that one.
The one thing I just got to say with Caleb, though, he's got to stop with those crazy miracle bullshit throws.
Hey, it worked. He went off at the end of last season in the playoffs, too. You called it. So
that's right.
Let's jump over to rushing yards. So we got Bill, JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, LOL. 600 yards, rushing yards, over under 600.5 rushing yards. He had 805 last year. Where do you got him going?
Yeah, Frankie, I'm taking the over here.
Okay.
Now, similar to the Jeremiah Love scenario, JCM is in somewhat of a crowded backfield that now includes former Buccaneer Rachaad White, but he's not projected 900-plus rush yards and was actually in the same boat last season that also included Deebo Samuel getting rush opportunities in that Washington offense. Now, last season, he rushed for 805 yards, like you just said, on 175 carries in 17 games. And with this mark of 600.5 over a 17-game season, that requires just 35.3 rush yards per game, which is well below his 47.4 rush yards per game this past season. And I see this being over, especially driven by his efficiency and early down roll. The kid ran hard last season, even getting praise from Tom Brady.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, to me, I'm kind of leaning the under here, honestly. And a few reasons why. They drafted Katron Allen this year. You don't usually do that if you have a running back that you love. Rachaad White was signed, and then they just went out and signed Jerome Ford, too, from the Browns. So it's like, why are you adding so much if you already have a running back? To me, and he fell off hard at the end of the last year. He had 4 fumbles on those 175 rushes. You got to clean that up. You can't be fumbling like that. So, I mean, to me, if I had to bet this, I would lean the under. The number, again, seems low for what he did last year, but that is a super crowded backfield. If they're playing from behind, he's not going to be on the field. Again, they signed 2 new running backs that were both pretty good running backs, and they drafted one. So, I mean, to me, I'm going to go under on that one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought he had a lot of potential, especially going into his rookie season. He was kind of overlooked. And obviously, they thought Brian Robinson was going to be there, but he showcased some talent, man.
He had flashes. He definitely had some flashes, but
we'll see what happens with that, bro.
Hopefully, I'm wrong, but I'm not going to bet this either way. But if I had to, I would take the under just because of the crowdedness of the backfield. And
I agree.
Rachaad White's not a bad running back. I know he's more of a catching back, but he can run too. So let's move over to rushing touchdowns. David Montgomery, 7.5 over under. I mean, this seems like a no-brainer on the over, right? I mean,
over
7.5 seems like nothing. He had 13 last year. We already talked about this last week. It's like he was top 15 last year, and he was in a complete split last year. 219 carries last year, splitting with Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, this kid's easily going to go over this, in my opinion. This is in an offense that likes to run, let their defense do what they do. You know what I mean?
Get him in good field position.
Exactly. So it's going to be very favorable, run-heavy game script, and let the defense just hold teams too, in my opinion. So I think this is great. They revamped that offensive line a bit too. This is a no-brainer for me.
Oh, they
no-brainer. This should be double-digit touchdowns. No-brainer.
That's one thing with the Texans O-line, man. They were kind of the last few seasons, and they revamped it fully. Montgomery being with the Texans now gives him even greater chances to hit the over on this projection. He's either hit the 7-touchdown mark or easily cleared it in 5 of the 7 seasons he's played. He had 8 touchdowns this past season, and that was with a loaded offense like you were just talking about. And he rushed for 12 touchdowns in 2024, and that was with him missing 3 games, and even had 13 in 2023, Frankie.
2023. That's why I was talking about 13, yeah.
He had 158 carries this past season. I see that number going up, even regardless of Houston still having a guy who had 196 carries last season in Woody Marks. But, you know, Marks will get his opportunities, but Montgomery is the clear-cut lead back. Now, with his skill set of breaking tackles and gaining yards after contact, he truly fits the Texans' run scheme on early downs and on the goal line, man. He has fresh legs, too. Think about it. He was in an offense with Jahmyr Gibbs, man. He wasn't getting the bulk of the load.
It's all day. This is going to be an easy one.
They finally beefed up that O-line. That was the most important thing, Frankie.
Absolutely. That's going to be an easy one.
Absolutely.
Let's move over to the wide receivers. So DJ Moore, you know, on a new team this year, hopefully getting, refreshed over here, but 775.5 over under receiving yards, back with his former OC, Joe Brady, while he was in Carolina.
That's right. And Frankie, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to be taking the over, and that's one of the main reasons I'm bringing up the over. So Buffalo is known for their phrase, everybody eats. We've all heard it, meaning they like to spread the ball around. And Moore's numbers did take a dip this past season.
Yeah, they did.
Now,
682 yards.
And mind you, too, another offense with a lot of mouths to feed in Buffalo. In 17 games last season, he had 50 receptions for 682 yards, the only time in his 8-year career going under 775 receiving yards. But the reasons for him going over, Frankie, like I was just talking about in this trade to Buffalo, catching passes from Josh Allen, gives him the most talented and elite quarterback he's played with in his entire career. No disrespect to Caleb Williams or Cam Newton, who was practically done in Carolina when he was there.
Whatever.
Also, the system, like you just said, new Bills head coach Joe Brady is very familiar with DJ Moore. He was Moore's OC over in Carolina for a few seasons where Moore had like some of the most productive seasons of his career. Buffalo also traded a high draft pick to have Moore as their top outside target, a role that has lacked in Buffalo since Stephon Diggs left. So big plans for him there. And lastly, his durability is great. He's played in 17 games the last 5 seasons. So I see a big bounce back for DJ Moore in Buffalo. I just hope he does nothing against the Patriots.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm actually leaning under on this one, too.
What?
Yeah, I'm leaning under on this one. I mean, again, he was almost 100 yards last year in a Ben Johnson offense. You know what I mean? Like, that, to me, is an offense that you look at, again, what Jared Goff did when Ben Johnson was there. To me, and Caleb Williams had almost 4,000 yards last year. This kid didn't even make 700 of it, right? So you look at this Buffalo team, they like to run a lot. I mean, James Cook had
leader in rushing yards last year.
I'm saying, so he went crazy. Josh Allen likes to run. He likes to throw to the slot where he does not, again, the OC is going to change some things here. Joe Brady might change some things, but their team leader last year only had 712 receiving yards, and that was Khalil Shakir in the slot. They have 2 very good tight ends that need to eat.
Kincaid and Dawson Knox.
So they have, to me, again, if I had to bet, I'm going to take the under here. It's not a bet I would probably play, one way or another. I don't like taking unders, but if someone said, hey, pick one, I'm picking the under just for those reasons. And again, he's not getting any younger. But again, in that offense, and where he plays, there's a lot of snow. There's different things going on. To me, I'm going under here.
One thing I just look at, though, like I said, man, this is the first time last season he went under that yard mark, and he's playing now with one of the best quarterbacks that he's had in his whole career.
Oh, there's no argument there. Josh Allen's nasty. So we'll see. That one's going to be a close one. I mean, that's a tough one there. So that's a tough
either way, bro.
Let's stay with wide receivers. Let's go with a guy I just talked about a little while ago, rookie Jordan Tyson on his touchdowns, 3.5 touchdowns. I mean, that seems
surprising
low to me. I mean, I'm taking the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over here. I mean, I got a bunch of overs on this week.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I mean, as a freshman in Colorado, he had 4 touchdowns. He transferred to Arizona State. He had 10 as a sophomore, 8 as a junior. It just seems like this is way too low. I mean, 8th overall pick. I'm thinking 5 to 7 touchdowns very easily for him.
Yeah.
You're in a Kellen Moore motion-heavy system.
That's what I'm saying.
Where this kid's going to, projections have him at the 7 to 8 touchdown mark.
Yep.
And if he stays healthy, I feel like him and Olave are going to eat this year.
Oh, absolutely, Frankie. The Saints are going to have big plans for this kid this season. Now, like you were talking about, his draft capital being selected by the Saints with the 8th overall pick signals an immediate every down and prominent role in the offense. Now, according to coaches and scouts, he has elite route running and displays strong separation skills and quick footwork near the pylon. I'm also hearing he's been having a hell of a connection with quarterback Tyler Show in training camp.
It's going to be good, dude.
Also, being alongside Chris Olave should give him favorable single coverage matchups that can potentially turn into scoring opportunities.
Offense is going to be really good this year. If everyone can stay healthy, that offense is going to be good.
And like you talked about, and if you look at his last 2 years of college at Arizona State, he scored 18 total touchdowns, and that was even with some missed games. This kid's got a knack for the end zone, and I see him having a solid rookie year in New Orleans, Frankie.
Oh, this is all day. I mean, he's going to be in motion a lot, and his footwork's great. He's going to be nasty.
Absolutely, man. Got high hopes for him over there.
I do, too. I think he's great, so... Let's move over to tight end. Tyler Warren, 750 yards over, under. Last year, he went over this number. I mean, easily. He was 67 yards more to be exact, but 817 yards last year. What are you thinking here? Which was a rookie record, by the way, for tight ends for them.
There you go.
What are you thinking on there?
Yeah, so Frankie, I'm actually going to take the over here.
You got to take the over. I'm taking over too.
Now, there's two ways you could go with this projection, regardless of him surpassing this mark last season, but I'm taking the over because I love this dude's skill set and versatility. Hell, if we were talking overall yards in general, he'd easily clear this mark. You know, they line him up at tight end, wide receiver, running back, and I've even seen him in quarterback formations. Now, like I said, I'm taking the over with the expectation that quarterback Daniel Jones plays every game. He's expected to be ready for week 1 after that Achilles tear last season in week 14, and the only way he goes under, Frankie, this projection is if Jones gets hurt, because Warren's numbers, they actually took a massive hit without Jones.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if Jones gets hurt, it's going to be bad. Obviously, if he gets hurt, it's not going to make it, obviously.
Right.
Those are the two big things. But even if Jones gets hurt, Pittman's gone. That's 111 targets up for grabs.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up,
too. That's something, too. Like, it's like, I don't know.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, even if Daniel Jones wasn't playing, I'd still think he's going over this mark for that reason, too.
He was like on a projection to possibly hit 1,000, Frankie, but in the last 5 games without Jones, his receiving yards, 15, 19, 30, 43, and 26, but he still had 817 receiving yards like we talked about. Now with his quarterback, he gained chemistry with back. The Colts also traded, like you said, Michael Pittman, and that's going to open up a lot of things for him, especially over the middle of the field.
This is all day.
Head coach Shane Steichen loves to heavily utilize Warren's versatility, keeping him on the field a lot, especially as a mismatch weapon. And like I said, having Daniel Jones back will be huge for his production, as Jones relies heavily on tight ends, especially on a short area options over the middle. And with his recent injury, I'm sure he wouldn't mind dumping it down to him to get some extra yards here and there.
Listen, so many targets up for grabs. I mean, this is going to be their number 1 receiver.
Going to have a productive season
as a tight end. I mean, let's be real.
Right.
He's going to be really good this year. With any tight ends that had over 100 targets last year, he led the league with yards after catch at 6.2.
That's what I'm saying.
So he had over 100 targets last year himself. I think that's going to easily go over.
He's only going to get better, bro.
This kid's nasty. So
nasty.
Easily over on that one.
So, Frankie, good stuff in the lava round, man. I like those over-unders, man. And next week, we getting into fantasy talk.
It's time, dude. Can't wait.
Quarterbacks,
yes,
baby.
Well, let's go. Another great show, live around. I mean, fantasy's right around the corner.
Right around the corner, bro.
Some people are already drafting teams.
I know, that's wild.
So exciting. This time of year, it's like Christmas to me.
I love it.
Let's go. But thank you guys for liking and subscribing.
Who is it?
License and registration.
What? Huh? Wait, we're not driving. How can you ask for our license and
license and registration, please?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
there you go, buddy.
You know how fast you were going?
I mean, how fast? How fast we're going? I didn't think we did the show like that fast. I mean, not like we're going 65 miles an hour or something.
63.
Right? Frank, these dudes are confusing the out of me. Can you break it down what it is this week? You know what
it is, dude. Super Troopers 3 is coming out this week. These first 2 were so funny. It was
they
insane.
really were, especially the opening scene of the first one.
Oh my
man.
gosh, I love those.
Killed me.
Yeah.
Where are you boys headed?
I mean,
I'm going home.
Yeah, we were gonna go home
right after the show.
Almost made it.
All right, Frank. Like I said, dude, these dudes are confusing the out of me, dude. Let's just get up on out of here.
From Beantown to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxborough to your borough. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're gonna see you next week. Frank, you hear that?
I do hear that.
Oh. Farva, what the